All right, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. Did this man just really say, I trained at LA Fitness for my last fight? He said in the press conference, well, I trained at LA Fitness at my last fight against Lopez, Josito Lopez. So, that's what happened there. I'm like, did he really just say he trained at LA Fitness? Like, man, at some point, I get tired of all the excuses. It's not one time or sometime. It's like excuse time. Thurman, this dude is just one excuse after another. But we're going to get to that. But first, I want to talk about a few things tonight, okay? Today, what is it? Tonight. It is 9:15 tonight, p.m. So anyway, welcome to the channel. Sub to the channel. I never asked people to do that. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to sound like I'm pandering, but, it is what it is. But look, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off by responding. Okay, well, you know what? First, let me back up. Let me throw something at you real quick. There's Abel. Okay, righty. Let me throw 8 division or division champion, 8 weight classes in the division, lineal championship, 5 classes. Okay, been held as a welterweight champion for 4 times, defeated his champion opponents 23 times. This is the most, forget that. Look at this. WBC, 112, 130, 135, 154, WA, 147, IBF, 122, WBO, 147, 3 times, about to be 4 times. The ring, 126, 130, 140, lineal, 112, 126, 130, 140, 140. I mean, look at this. Look at this career. He is a legend, an absolute legend. You got this guy doing nothing but making excuses, but let's get back to it. Okay, like I said, let's kick it off by responding to these idiots, okay, that call themselves, what is it, LDBC, QDGD? What is that community? I'm not even sure what it means, but basically they're claiming Pacquiao is taking on Thurman because he's broke and he needs the money. He's broke and he needs the money, okay? And we'll get to the money that Pacquiao has made in the sport of boxing in just a little bit. But first, let me remind you a little bit. Pacquiao, movie star, singer. I mean, dude owns like restaurants, real estate, commercial properties. He's a politician, endorsements, just it goes on and on and on before you even touch the money in the sport of boxing, okay? Now, you see, the problem is, okay, these people on these channels that are claiming, Pacquiao's fighting Thurman for money. That's what they're claiming, okay? It's basic journalistic research. It's lazy reporting, clickbait, 100% garbage, okay? I mean, look, Pacquiao can get the same amount of money for fighting a complete no-name as he can for fighting someone like Keith Thurman, okay? Give or take $1 million or $2 million. Look, here, my point is, Pacquiao get what, 20, 30 million on a Thurman, or what, about 15, 20 on a cab driver. So it makes no sense whatsoever, okay? Again, you have these channels claiming, Pacquiao's taking on Thurman for money. It's just ridiculous. But we'll get more into that in a minute. But now, Keith Thurman talking about he's going to retire Manny Pacquiao. He's going to do to Pacquiao what Pacquiao did to Oscar de la Hoya. He's going to put him to bed. He's going to make him go night-night. Remember in this video right here? He's like, he's going to go night-night. Keith Thurman or Pacquiao's going night-night, night-night. It's like, okay, just shut the hell up, dude. Just shut up, okay? So look, like I said, Keith Thurman just needs to shut the hell up or go fake another injury, come up with another excuse, take another 2 years off, do what you do, Keith Thurman. I mean, look, this dude should be fighting like Spence, Crawford, getting in the ring with someone, that isn't old enough to be his father, right? I mean, what the hell is wrong with these boxers these days? I simply don't understand it. So anyway, the assumption is completely false and ridiculous. And by the way, how can these people speak about a legend, like a legend, like Pacquiao? I mean, I just don't understand it. And they'll praise people like a Gervonta Davis or a Terrence Crawford or, an Earl Spence, the 126-pound slayer, right? The dude that goes 12 rounds with Mikey Garcia, so, and, I don't like Mayweather or Canelo. You guys know that, no big secret, but I give credit where credit is due. The problem is most of these channels are 100% aware of the fact that they have a microphone and you don't. But I do. So that's the thing. I do have a microphone, so I can be your voice. I mean, it's ridiculous. And a lot of people are asking me to touch on this, to make a video about this. And basically, it's the downfall of boxing media, if you can even call it that. I mean, if you can even call it that. Most of these biased, ridiculous channels out there, they think they're going to get rich on YouTube, and they're not. There's maybe 3 or 4 channels out there in that community that probably makes any kind of money, up against thousands that have failed. Okay, so the real question, let's get back to it. The real question, why is Keith Thurman fighting Pacquiao? Not why is Pacquiao fighting Keith Thurman. And truthfully, I don't think it's a terrible fight. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think it's a bad fight. A 40-year-old Pacquiao is probably better than, probably 90% of Keith Thurman's opponents, right? I mean, better than a Sean Porter, right? In my opinion, better than a Danny Garcia, okay? So, I don't think it's a bad fight. I really don't. Not to mention, we know Thurman, he's been slipping, like taking that 2 years off. What the hell ever he's been doing, getting a surgery here. He got in a car wreck one time. He got married. He moved and opened a restaurant with his girlfriend's dad or his wife's dad, elbow surgery. And it's just always something with this dude. And then now he's training at LA Fitness. Like what? At LA Fitness? Like soccer moms train at LA Fitness. Like what the hell's this boy talking about? So look, if anyone needs money, it's Keith Thurman, okay? Manny Pacquiao made more money in the first 3 rounds against Mayweather than Thurman will make in 10 years, okay? Put that into perspective, okay? Pacquiao made more money fighting Mayweather in 3 or 4 rounds than Thurman will make in 10 years, okay? So just stop. Just stop, right? And, like I said, Pacquiao, a legend. Now, Keith Thurman, he did give him some credit. He's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. My coach passed away. He told me that I was going to make it and I was going to be on, on TV. I was going to be a boxing star. And, he has. So I'm not trying to dog on Keith Thurman, but it's mainly the people that that support Keith Thurman, I guess. And I like Keith Thurman. But when you look at Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, I mean, come on, Cotto, Hatton, Mosley, recently Adrian Broner, Lucas Matisse, Morales, right? Barrera. I mean, these an absolute legend, So, hopefully, they just need to give Pacquiao some credit. They really do. I mean, light flyweight, super bantamweight, featherweight, super featherweight, lightweight, light welterweight, light middleweight. I mean, how many people can say that? And in fact, I don't think Pacquiao's career will ever be duplicated in boxing history, like literally in boxing history. I don't think it'll be duplicated. So, he's a one of a kind, he's a legend, he's an icon, and it is what it is. So the fight, July 20th, 2019, MGM Grand, and it will be pay-per-view. Now, I don't like that either. I was hoping it was going to be like on the app or, I don't know, something like whatever, just something. But of course, it's going to be pay-per-view. And this will be Keith Thurman's first pay-per-view, okay? Very first one. Now, Pacquiao, on the other hand, has hit like collectively generated, hang on, I had it written down somewhere, like $1.2 billion or something like that on pay-per-view, collectively. Yeah, here it is. Pacquiao has generated approximately 19.6 million in pay-per-view buys, okay, nearly 20 million pay-per-view buys, okay, and 1.2 with a B billion in revenue from his 24 pay-per-view bouts, okay? I mean, check that out, 24 and this is like an old article I was reading, so it's probably more than that. Okay, so there's no way Pacquiao needs money. I mean, if he does, then he's got to be the dumbest person on earth, or he uses his money as a campfire every week. He must be literally burning money in the fireplace if this dude needs money. Because, I just don't see it. I simply don't see it. And you have to remember, the kind of money you have here is worth a lot more in the Philippines, from what I understand, because I have some friends that are from the Philippines, and I've talked to them about that, and apparently, yeah, it's worth a lot more. But I don't know. I mean, actually, that's something I would like to look up and learn about. I know, American dollars are worth more in Mexico. So, but forget that. It doesn't matter if it's equal. The dude is filthy rich. I mean, I don't know what he's worth now. Who knows? I know Pacquiao does a lot of charity work, gives a lot of money away. stuff like that. So God bless him, for that. But unfortunately, I do think people take advantage of him. But anyway, back to Keith Thurman. Like I said, let me bring it down. I like the fight. Okay, all joking aside, I like it. I really do. I'm excited. And honestly, I'll probably order the pay-per-view. I said I would never order another pay-per-view, but this particular fight, I just might, because there's a lot at stake. I mean, Keith Thurman said he's going to retire Manny Pacquiao. And truthfully, he might. He just might do it, but I don't know. It depends. I mean, what Keith Thurman are we going to get? What Pacquiao are we going to get? I don't see Pacquiao knocking out Thurman. I see Thurman possibly knocking out Pacquiao. He seems to be the bigger man. If you go watch the face-off, I mean, Keith Thurman's clearly the bigger fighter, so if anyone's going to get dropped, I believe it is Pacquiao. But I think Pacquiao's best chance in this particular fight, styles make fights, is by decision. Okay, now I can tell you this too. If, let's say, the Pacquiao that fought Jeff Horn, he'll lose against Keith Thurman. Okay, but the Keith Thurman that fought Josito Lopez, he will lose against Pacquiao. So I think both guys are going to train. They got a good camp. Thurman said he's got 2 great coaches and serious hardcore camp. And same with Pacquiao. He's putting all his other political duties aside to focus on this particular fight. So they're both going to bring their A game according to these guys. So, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Are you excited about the fight? What do you think about these ridiculous claims being made about Pacquiao? And just what do you think?